Hey guys, welcome back. Dr. Rich McGavro here, Dr. Chris Conant.
Hi everybody, good to see you.
You guys ready to rip it up today?
That's it, it's time to rip it up again. We got a great video on tap. This one's about the lifetime patient myth. A lot of myths.
Yes.
So, what do you think about the lifetime chiropractic patient? That storyline.
It sounds great.
Does it exist?
I would say no. Very, very rarely.
And
is
you
what I
don't
would
just
say.
mean in your practice. You're talking about you've observed a lot of practices.
Yeah, I think it's like the unicorn. You know.
I mean, I think that we all know that there are some high-profile chiropractors out there, perpetuating the idea of a lifetime patient. Do we all have patients that stay with us from the beginning and have been there for 20 years? Sure.
Yep.
Is that the majority of the practice?
Uh-huh.
No. And so the reason why I think we see a contradiction here, and why I think it's something that paints a picture that maybe creates unreasonable expectations for the chiropractor, is that if you really think about it, if the larger practices have at least 100 PVA, if they do, that means they're going to get, they're getting a lot of new patients, right?
Yeah.
And if say they're getting 100 new patients minimum a month.
Yeah.
Minimum. And a lot of them are getting more than that. Let's say they're getting 100 new ones a month, that's 1,200 new ones a year. Even when those people go down in their frequency to a real wellness-based kind of maintenance routine, they're once a week, that's 1,200 visits a week right there.
Yeah.
So, unless you're seeing, thousands of patient visits a week, you have to ask yourself the question, where are they?
Right.
Where are they going? So, I think that this long-term wellness-based care, in the kind and style of practice that you have can dictate the relative ease or challenge of what your PVA is.
Yeah.
And the kind of patient base that you ultimately have. But I just think that the lifetime patient idea is a lofty expectation.
Yeah. And when we do see something along those lines, we see a lot of free everything, free visits, free bring in your everything's for free. There's sliding scales,
Right.
And
A lot of major cash discounts, that you can do legally, and that's okay if that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's really about expectations in your thermostat. If in your mind what it means to be successful is you have to see 1,000 visits a week, you're going to have a marketing machine in place that creates that for you, because you're going to have attrition.
Yeah.
Because there really aren't going to be a lot of lifetime patients.
Right.
So you're going to have that in place. You're going to have the systems in place to make that vision a reality, and realize the demand, the success tax that's going to place on you.
yes.
And I think, that's one of those things that people don't really realize, is that there's a tremendous inefficiency in that model.
Yeah.
Because it's just a massive output.
Yeah.
And, it's a personal preference.
But I think that lifetime patient myth has created a lot of angst among many chiropractors because they hope it exists, and they feel maybe frustrated that for them it doesn't exist. But in reality, for most chiropractors it doesn't exist.
And there's a lot of reasons for that. Maybe they're learning some of the facets of how that practice does exist at the highest level, and they're trying to structure their care plans a certain way, and then their financial care plans a certain way.
Yeah.
But they don't have maybe the marketing machine in place.
Yeah.
So, they don't see these massive numbers of new ones coming in, seeing some attrition, but still more new ones coming in. And yet they have a financial instrument in place that doesn't really afford them the opportunity to collect the fees that they should be collecting for the services that they render. So it's really more about, in my mind, in our mind, and what we teach here at Rip It Up is efficiency.
Efficiency. Balance, efficiency.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Keep it simple, keep it tight. And the other thing with these big practices with the new patient screenings all the time and all this marketing, 100 new patients a month, is that most of these folks do not have the balance in life, the time freedom, which we agree, and I bet most people do, that the more your time gets sucked up, how valuable the time freedom is.
No matter how much you love being a chiropractor, there's going to come a time in practice, whether it's 10 years in, 15 years in, 20 years in, 40 years in, whatever it is.
2 years.
There's gonna come a time when you start evaluating. This is the one life I get.
Yeah.
And I'm putting an awful lot of time, money, energy, everything you have into giving, in helping and serving in your practice. And there's nothing wrong with that, except when it creates such an imbalance that then all of a sudden your life is in a state of dis-ease.
Yes.
And that
Beautiful.
imbalance is a problem. And you can be in denial all you want, but at the end of the day, it's going to be about your thermostat, your expectations, how you define success, and being honorable about that, because there is no right and wrong. It's about being honest with yourself.
Yep.
And saying, you know what, this is the kind of life I want.
Use your practice to fuel your lifestyle, what you want for a lifestyle,
And you can do that, you can set it up so that you don't need to have, 40, 50, 60, 80, 100 new patients a month or more. You could build a successful, profitable practice seeing 10 to 15 new ones a month.
Yep.
If you know how to deliver the care and match care plans and financial plans in a way that people can afford, and we can show you how to do that too. You don't need to worry about, I'm failing because I don't have lifetime patients.
Right. And the people that come to you, what they want is they want clarity more than anything.
Right.
They want to come to you and know the answers to their questions. Can you help me?
Right.
What's wrong? What do we need to do? How do we?
Right. They're willing to have skin in the game.
Right.
They're willing to pay for the services.
Definitely.
And you don't. It gets you off the new patient treadmill.
Yes.
And you don't have to chase this nebulous, unbelievably rare, lifetime patient.
Yep.
You can have good quality patients that refer their friends and family, and that will stay with you for years.
Yep.
But it doesn't have to be such a rate of attrition, such a leaky bucket.
Yep.
They are willing to play fair with you if you play fair with them. It's very simple.
If you like this video, please subscribe, turn on your notifications, and remember, until next time, you gotta rip it up!